Over at the Melbourne Police Department, around 9:41 this morning, we had gotten a call in reference to an armed disturbance over property in the 400 block of Point Siena. Officers arrived approximately 9:44 in the morning, and when they arrived on scene, the subject, who was suspected of charge of aggravated assault with the firearm, retreated into the house and barricaded himself inside. At that time, we believe there was at least one other person inside the residence at that time. What their involvement was in the altercation, we did not know at the time. At that time, we called out our SWAT team and our crisis negotiation unit. Both teams responded, took over the scene, and then after, well, it's about 3.5 hours of negotiation with our crisis negotiation unit, the subject surrendered without incident. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
There was a woman who was brought out of the house. How was she related?
I don't have the information as to her involvement at the time. She was inside the house with the subject at the time, and through the negotiation, as you guys were out here with me, she did not come out until near the end of the incident. So, but as far as like charges or her involvement in the incident, I don't have that information at this time.
Any idea what exactly started this whole thing?
So as I understand it, there was a dispute over property. Some people came over to retrieve their property from the house. When they got here, the male inside the house exited the house and began threatening them with a firearm. And then they retreated and called for police assistance at that time.
Now, the woman we saw was also appeared to be in handcuffs when she was led away. Was she with the male suspect? I don't want to assume anything.
Right.
Was she was not a resident of this house?
That I don't know if she was a resident of the house or not, but since she was inside with them, it's standard procedure to make sure she's not coming out with any kind of weapons or anything else like that. It's just an officer safety issue. I do know that they transported her to our investigations division, or I believe they do. I'm sorry, I didn't get clarification on that. I don't want to say for certain, but I believe she was transported to our investigations division to be interviewed about the situation in the case.
Do you know if a weapon was recovered?
That I do not have at this time.
How grateful are you that this was peacefully resolved?
In any situation that we can resolve peacefully without anybody being injured is... I'll wait for the motorcycles. Any incident that we can have resolved peacefully without anybody being injured is obviously the most preferred method.
You mentioned a charge, I think you said ag battery. Were there any injuries prior to your arrival? Was anyone injured?
I don't believe that there was anybody injured. The aggravated assault was the initial charge that I was told about at the beginning of the incident. As far as the specific charges that will go on the charging document, the investigation will lead to that document, and it may change. Any other questions?
Just the one suspect you talked about, the male who came out at the end. We know that he is facing charges. We don't know if the woman who we saw earlier is facing any type of charge.
That is correct.
Can you confirm the people on the corner were the people threatened?
That I cannot confirm at all. I do not know.
Do you know what type of property?
I don't know top of my head. I thought there was talk about a keys to a car, but I'm not positive.
Was anyone being held? And I don't know if there was any that type of process situation. Was anybody being held inside of the house, or were the residents already out?
I had not heard of a hostage situation inside the house at all throughout the entire incident. Anybody else? The phone call that we got was from the people that came over to retrieve their property, and they called and said that when they came to retrieve their property, they were threatened with the firearm.
I think she's asking for the different info on that.
Any request for records would go through our records division, and I don't have I think it's SD_records at MPD or MLBFL.org, but I'm not positive.
Do you know if there was any dialogue between the people in the house and police through those 3 hours, or did they just come out at the end?
I do know that our crisis negotiation unit did negotiate the surrender of the individual inside. How long they were negotiating, if they were negotiating the entire time or a portion of it, I don't know.
Like over the phone or through a loudspeaker?
That I don't know. Typically what we'll do is we have phones that we throw in, or we'll try and get a phone number, but what method they use, I don't know top of my head.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for coming, guys.